the Society of Friends. It sounds like a high school organization, when in reality it's a religious group. It was founded in mid-17th century in England by George Fox. Originally it was called the Friends of Truth, and later, after being brought up on charges, Magistrate Bennett nicknamed them the Quakers. As he said, "I bade them tremble at the word of the Lord." And ever since then, the Quakers' name has stuck with the organization. Fox founded this organization when he couldn't find answers spiritually in any of the churches that he was attending. So he branched out and formed his own organization, basically, on his simple beliefs. And because of him doing this, he was persecuted. Him and his followers were persecuted for going against the norms of the church, so to say. In 1656, Fox was arrested because his followers refused to go to Anglican services, and they also refused to pay their tithes. So Fox was arrested because he was the one who founded this, and they felt like he was encouraging these people to turn against the Lord and turn against the church. And during the reign of Charles II, 13,562 Quakers were imprisoned. Of those, 198 were transported as slaves, and 338 died, either while they were in prison or they died from the wounds that they received during the attacks on their meetings. When they would hold meetings, townspeople and churches and clergy people would attack them and cause violent wounds on these people. The Quakers' beliefs are simple. Back to the simple Christianity beliefs. They believe every person has an inner light, that this inner light allows each of us to have a direct relationship with God. The early Quakers were called the Valiant 60s. And their focus was on a relationship with God without the intervention or the need for clergy to intervene for you with God. That you should be able to have a relationship one-on-one. They also believe that every person is equal, regardless of age, sex, race, religion, didn't matter, that everyone was equal. And in the early beginnings, their ministers were mostly women. They allowed the women most of the spiritual power. The women were in control of the community, the family. Just everybody in the Quaker community looked up to the women for guidance. By 1680, they had approximately 60,000 followers in England and Wales, and currently there's approximately 300,000 worldwide. They don't have a headquarters, but they do have meetings in almost every city and state that you could look up and find. There's actually one here in Fort Worth at the TCU campus, Sunday mornings at 10:30. All meetings are open to anyone that wants to go in and find out what they're about. They have two different types of meetings. One is structured, where they have hymnal singing and preaching straight from the Bible. Another is not structured, where you simply go in and sit in silence. And in that silence, they believe that you're waiting on God to speak to you. And if during that time you feel the desire or the urge to speak out, they assume that you are speaking the words of God and that you are addressing the congregation through God. So it was a very interesting organization to look up. I enjoyed reading how they are just basic Christian beliefs, basic Christian standards. I hope it's intrigued you to go look up the Quakers yourself and possibly attend a meeting and see what they're about. Thank you.